Hello everyone, good morning to all. So in the previous classes, we have seen many data structures, lists, strings, dictionaries and sets. So in this session, we will be discussing about the functions in Python. So in this class, we will discuss what is Python function, how to create functions, how to use the functions, and what are the advantages of functions. We will see all those kind of things in this session. So let's move into this. So what is function? So suppose if you are having one task or two tasks, you can easily able to do that task. Suppose if you are given hundreds of tasks or thousands of tasks, how can you do that? You can't do that because it is a lot of time taking procedure and it will take much more time to perform thousands of tasks by you. So it will take a lot of time and it is not easy to implement. So for that purpose, we will use this function. So what is this function means? It is a block of code that performs a specific task. So what is the function? It is a block of code. It means which you use to perform specific task. So whatever the tasks that we are specifying, those tasks only it performs. It means this function will perform only specified task in the function. So that is what. So a function can be defined as the organized block of reusable code which can be called whenever required. It means it is a reusable code. So whenever we require, we can use those code again and again, and we can able to print the output as many times as possible. It means we can reuse the code again. It means we same code we can able to use many times and we can able to print the same output as many times as possible. So that is what it is required. So whenever we require, we will use that reusable code and print that output. So next one. Python allows us to divide a large program into the basic building blocks known as functions. So in Python will allow large programs into the basic building blocks. It means we are dividing a large programs into the small parts. It means separate blocks. So those type of blocks are called as functions. So the function contains the set of programming statements enclosed by curly brackets. So what does this function contains mean? It contains a set of programming content statements. So in this function, it will contain programming statements. It contains set of programming statements. It means inside the function we can able to see a lot of programming statements which are enclosed by this cover bracket. So next one, a function can be called multiple times to provide reusability and modularity to the Python code. It means in the function, if you want to call it, you can call it as many times as possible. So that's and also you can use that code as many times as possible. That is called code reusability. It means the Python function will provide code reusability. It means whenever the code is required, you can use that same code anywhere and you can able to print. And also it will provide modularity to the Python program. Next one. In other words, we can say that the collection of function creates a program. So in terms of other words, what we can say means if you collect a number of functions, uh, by collecting that functions, we can create a single program. It means by collection of various functions, we can create a program and we can get the output from that program. So the function is also known as procedure or subroutine in the other programming languages. So in other programming languages, what do this function will call as means it is a procedure. It means it is a process. So in other programming languages, we call it as a process. But in this program, we will call it as a function. So this function will do a specified task, whatever we specified in the function. Next one. Python provides us various inbuilt functions like range or print. So what do this Python function will do means it will provide various inbuilt functions. So whatever the inbuilt functions that are available in the function like range function or print function, it will provide those type of inbuilt functions. So although the user can create its functions, which can be called as user-defined functions. So the one who create its function or the user who can create a function, function is called user dependent function. So what do you mean by user dependent function? Means the user only creating the functions and the user only defining the defining its function parameters. That is called user dependent functions. So now we will see what are the advantages of functions in Python. First one, by using functions, we can avoid rewriting same logic code again and again in the program. It means the first advantage means code reusability. It means by using the code reusability concept, we no need to we no need to rewrite the same logic or same code again and again. By using the code reusability, it means whatever the code that you are using, by calling that function, you can able to call as many times as possible. It means you are saving the time here. So you no need to write any same logic or same code again and again after the program. We can call Python functions any number of times in a program and from any place in a program. It means in the Python function, if we want to call the program as many times as possible, we can able to call any number of times. Whatever the uh, whatever the times it is, you can count as many times as possible. There is no limit for calling the number of function calls. So you can call the number of function calls as many times as possible in a program and from any place. It means from any place, anywhere. So in function, you can call it from any place also. So that is what the advantage of this function. Next one, we can track a large Python program easily when it is divided into multiple programs. Suppose if you are having a large program, large Python program. So when you divide that program into different parts and calling by using the functions, you are calling each and everything. So by using the when you are divided that program into multiple functions, you can able to easily track a program, whether it is a large program or a small program. Whenever you divide it into multiple functions, you can able easily able to track a large type of Python programs also. Next one, reusability is the main achievement of Python functions. So among all, reusability is the main goal. So for functions, code reusability is the main achievement. It means you are using the same code again and again. It means whatever the code that you are writing, just by by using that code and by using that logic, you are calling the same function again and again. It means you are using the same logic again and again as many times as possible without without writing again without writing the same logic and same code. However, function calling is always overhead in Python program. It means it is also an overhead in Python programs. So these are the advantages of functions in Python. Now we will see how to create a function. In Python, we can use def keyword to define the function. The syntax to define a function in Python is so. In order to create a function, we will use one keyword which is present in the Python, that is def. So what do this def will represent means we are defining the function. So in order to define the function, we will use def keyword. So we will see the syntax below. So see def, it means we are creating a function. We are by using def keyword. Next one, this is function name, my function. I am using the function name as my function, and also you can use other name also. So here I am using my function name. Next one, brackets. After that I am using this parenthesis bracket, parenthesis. After that we have to use semicolon. Otherwise it will give an error. After selling a semicolon, we have to write the logic here. It means indentation. After the column, we have to give the space over here. That is the indentation. Otherwise, if you do not give the space, it will return an indentation error. After writing the logic, we have to return that expression. Whatever the expression that you have written in that, we have to return it. So that is the syntax of the function. So next one. So see, the function block is started with the column. It means the function always starts with the column only, and all the same level block statements remain at the same indentation. It means whatever the code that is presented over below, the same code will be presented at the same level. It means there is no space difference between the all the statements below the function. It means they all will present at the same level. That is what it is saying. So function calling. What is function calling in this Python? We'll see. So in Python, a function must be defined before the function calling. Otherwise, the Python interpreter gives an error. It means before calling the function, you need to define the function. It means you have to create the function. Without creating the function or without defining the function, if you call the function, means it will give an error because if you are calling me, that calling function should be available at the top. Otherwise, it will give an error. So that's why first of all we have to create the function or we have to define the function. After defining the function only, once you once you define that function, you have to call. It means if I can call it from another function or Python prompt. So if you want to call that function, you can call it from the function or you can call it even from Python prompt also. So in order to call the function, we will use the function name followed by parentheses. So first we use Python name. After that we will use parentheses. That is called the function calling. So we will see the syntax here. See, define. I created a function here by using def keyword. After that, I am using the function name hello world. After that, semicolon. Next, I am printing hello world. So after that, I am calling hello world. It means here I am calling this hello world function. So it means whenever you call this, it will go to this hello world program. After that, it will print whatever the print statement inside it is there. It will print that. So inside that, we are having hello world. So it will print hello world as an output. So before calling this function, always you need to define the function. Without defining the function, if you call the function with, definitely it will create an error. So that is what it is saying in that. So I will show with an example. So here, define mm, my function parentheses. After that, I'm using semicolon. After that, we can write as many print statements as possible. Print hello, hello from a function. Now, after that, I am calling the function. So, how do I call the function? You need to just mention your function name. So, this is called function calling. So, whenever you call this function, it will go to the my function and it will check whether the parameters are available or not. So, after that, it will come inside the function and it will print statement. See here, please see hello from my function. So how many times you call the function, that many times this output will print. It means uh, based on the number of function calls, we are printing the print statement. So suppose I am using the same function calls three times. See, I have called this function calls three times and also it is printed three times. So how many times you want to print this output? You need to call these functions as many times as possible. It means I am using this code reusability here. It means I am using the same code over here. It means I am using the same code over here and here. That is the code reusability. That is the advantage of the functions. So how many times if you want to print that output, you need to call that as many times as we need to call that function as many times as possible. So that is what we have discussed. So we'll see. So next one, parameters in function. So now we will discuss what are the parameters that are present in the function and how to pass those parameters. We'll discuss now. So please look ahead in this PDF and you will get. So parameters in function. So the information into the functions can be passed as a parameter. So whatever the information that you want to um, put into the functions, those information can be passed as the parameter inside the parentheses. So inside the parameter, inside the parentheses, we pass the parameters in order to pass that into the functions. The parameters are specified in parentheses. So what are the parameters that you want to put? We can put those parentheses in the, we can put those parameters in the parentheses. We can give any number of parameters. So in parentheses, you can able to give as many number of parameters. There is no limit to put only these many parameters. Only we have to put these many parameters like that. So if you want to put parameters, you can put as many number of parameters inside the parentheses. But we have to separate them with a comma. But there is a one condition. Um, by using these parameters, all those parameters should be separated with the comma. So that is what it is saying. So now we'll see one example and how it is doing. So see here. First of all, I am defining the function. Here by using the def keyword, I am defining the function and function name, and inside that I am calling this parameter. Name is I am parameter, which is of string type. Now I am printing hi comma name. So whatever the name that you are passing inside the function calling, that name will be printed here. So during this function call, I mentioned IS. It means this name will be this IS will be taken into the parameter name, and this name will be assigned to the IS. So whenever you print this hi comma name, in place of name, IS will be printed. So in the output, you can able to see hi I use. So we'll see one example here. So function parameters. So define my function of name. Print hello, my name is name. My function of is. See here. Oh, sorry, it is string. So we have to put it in double quotes. Otherwise, it will throw an error. So in function call, I have given this name Ramesh. So whenever you give this name, it will pass into it will go to this function, and inside this function we are having name. So for this name, we are assigning this name. So we are assigning this value to it. So whenever you print this statement, hello, my name is, in place of name, will be printed this name. So now see the output. So see here what it is printed. So it is printed, hello, my name is Ramesh. So whatever the name that you are passing inside the function call, those will be passed into the parameter. It means whatever the parameter that you passed into the function, those parameter will be taken this value and it will printed and it will be printed and as an output. So that is what it is saying. So we'll see other examples also. See here. Next example. So here I am, if I want to calculate the sum of two variables, we are using these two variables. By using that, we will be calculating the sum of two variables by using the parameters function. So see here. Here I am creating, here I am defining the function by using the keyword. After that, I am creating function name, and after that, I am calling two parameters. After two parameters, I am returning by a plus b. So what do this return means? I will tell. So here I am taking values from the user. So whatever the values that are using, I am using the values here. So A is equal to int of input of enter A. B, here we are taking A values and B values. After that I am printing sum equal to sum of A comma B. So whenever you give the sum of A comma B, suppose when you print A value and B value, it means if you give values of A and B as 5 and 10, this will be taken A value as 5 and B value as 10. So this will be added over here. A will take 5, B will take 10. Whenever you do addition here 5 plus 10 15, it will return 15 as an output. So that will give an, that is the code. So now I will show with an example. See here. Now see, define function of a comma b, return a plus b, print function of comma 2. So it means we did not, it means we haven't called that function. So we need to call that. So function of 10 comma 20. So whenever you call this 10 comma 20, 10 comma 20, this will be passed into this function and this parameter, those two parameters will take those two values. Means A will take the value 10 and B will take the value 20. So like that, it will take and it will do addition. So now see here. So here we are getting the value 30. It means whenever you mention these two parameters, in the function calls, these values will be passed into the parameters and those two parameters will be taken these two values. Whenever you return the a plus b, these two will be added and it will return the value of that. So it returns 30. So that is what it is saying. Next one. Next one. Call by reference in Python. So what do you mean by call by reference in Python? Means we'll see. What do you mean by call by reference? So in Python, all the functions are called by reference. It means how do you call all the functions in Python means by referencing that. It means by you are referring to that function. By referring only you can able to call that function. Without calling the function, without referring to that, you cannot call the function. That is all the changes made to the reference inside the function revert back to the original values referred by the reference. It means what is that meaning is whatever the changes that made inside that function, it will reflect the original values also. It means whatever the changes that you made inside the function. So Whatever, if we made any changes inside that function, those changes will be reflected for the original values also. It means it will original values also get affected by by changing the functions. So, however, there is an exception in the case of mutable objects. Since the changes made to the mutable objects like string do not revert the original string. But there are properties for some data structures. Suppose if we use string concept, string is a immutable data type. It means if you do any changes, it will not reflect for that. It means you cannot modify the things that are present in the strings. It means you cannot able to do any modification. So during this call by reference, the changes that we made for the strings functions will not get reflected, and it will not get affected to the original values. But rather than that, um, any string object is made, and therefore the two different objects are printed. So instead of changing the values, we are creating the new object, and by using the two objects, we are printing that statement. So we'll see. First example, how by using immutable object, it means by using this list, we'll see an example. See, I am creating this function using depend forward, change list is the function name, and list one is the parameter inside the function. Next, I am adding the two elements to the list. Append method will add at the end of the list. It means 20 will be added first, next 30 will be added at the last of the last. So I am printing print list inside the function equal to list one. So here I am printing the values of list one. So next one. Here I am defining the list. List 1 is equal to 10, 30, 40, 50. So here I am calling the change list of list 1. It means during this change list, I am calling, during this function call, I am calling this list 1. It means this list 1 will be going to this. So now see, list is a mutable. It means we can able to change the things that are present in it. So whenever you do this, it means whenever you try to change inside that, it means here mention list 1. So this list 1 will take the values 10, 30, 40, 50. So it will go to the 10, 30, 40, 50, and it will take these values. And after that, these append values will print those 20 and 30 at the end of the list. So this 20 and 30 will be printed at the end of the list. So first it will print 10, 30, 40, 50. After that, 10 and 20 and 30 will be printed. So yes, list inside the function. So whatever the changes that you made inside the function or outside the function, it is getting reflected inside also. This is called call by reference. By using this call by reference, you can able to change the inside values also. So see, list inside function and list outside functions, both the outputs are same because of the call by reference concept. So that is what it is saying. So next, okay, passing mutable object. So mutable object means you cannot change. Even if you do changes also, it will not get reflected inside the function. So now see, here I am creating that function and I am creating string as parameter. Now I am adding this string to string plus house u. It means for this string I am adding house u. After the whenever you print the string inside the function, it will print what do it will print. Wait. So print str. String 1 equal to hi, I am there. So change string. So I am calling the function. During the function call, I am calling string 1. So what does the string call? String 1, I am passing the string 1. It means the string 1 parameter is passed here. So whenever you try to print the output, you'll see for the insert the function, what it will print means hi, I am this. This will be called into this, and it will print hi, I am there. How's you? Because inside this function we mentioned this. So next one, say, outside the function, what do this outside the function will print? It will print hi, I am there. How it is changed means We are creating two different objects. By using the different objects, I am getting the different output. Like that, we will pass different objects and we will get different outputs. Next one, arguments. There are some arguments. So we'll see what are the arguments and how do these arguments work on this function. So first one we will see required arguments. We have different types of arguments which can be passed at the time of function calling. So during the function calling, we can pass different type of arguments which are present in the Python. For us, there are different type of function calls arguments. That are first one required arguments, next one keyword arguments, next one default arguments, next one variable length arguments. So we'll see each and everything in the next video. I hope everyone understood this basic concepts of functions and what is the function, how do we use the function, and by using function calls, how we are printing the value. So if everyone understood this, so hope you enjoyed this session and everything that I taught you understood. So if you have any doubts, please comment in the comment section so that I will clear the doubts. So if you like, if you like this, if you like my teaching really, please like, share, and subscribe, and also please do comment CFBR so that it will be useful for many students. So thank you.